Welcome back. Welcome back to Kovacs Report. And I tell you what, I've got a treat for you. It's Daredevil Cold Day in Hell #2. So issue one was incredible. 10 out of 10 book. Charles Soule and Steve McNiven absolutely knocks it out of the park. So I'm going to go through the book and let you know my thoughts, explain what's going on. But before I do that, if you can, hit that subscribe button. Honestly, it makes a huge difference to the channel and I'd really appreciate it. If you get a chance to, like the video. If you like the video. If you don't, it's all good. So let's jump straight in, shall we? So as a quick catch up, this is a 3-issue miniseries. And it's set way in the future. There's been some kind of war. I'm also assuming that superpowered people have basically been depowered too. Matt Murdock's a bit of an old man with a walking stick. He's not doing well. And there has been an attack. There's been an attack, this radioactive attack, which has given him his powers back. Okay, so it's his mission to try and find out who caused the explosion, killed all these innocent people, and uncover what's going on. Now, also during that, he discovered Steve Rogers, Captain America, was trapped underground, holding up some debris to protect some people. And they got the people out, but unfortunately Cap died, and his shield was taken. The famous shield was taken back to the man behind all of this, which is Bullseye, who's got the shakes. He looks really dark and messed up. He's got all these pins in his face that he uses as, throwing weapons. It's so good. And the other thing, he's got Frank Castle, the Punisher, chained up to a wall with no arms and no legs, and he's been torturing him for years. It is great. This book was incredible, and I was hoping and praying that issue 2 does the same. I'm going to give it away straight away. It does. This is amazing. So, sorry about the long preamble, but I want to catch you up if you've not read the first one. We'll just dive straight in. So, Matt, with his newfound powers, realizes that they're fading. Okay, so he realizes that this return of powers is temporary. So he's got a very finite amount of time to find out who's behind all this and just put an end to it, right? So this is what's going on. So the dialogue in this is so really good. You really feel Matt Murdock in there. I love it. This actually gave me goosebumps reading some of this because it just felt like rereading those books when you were a kid and you were like, wow, this is so good. That sense of discovering something special. I really can't praise this book enough. Anyway, talking about Bullseye, here he is, and he's trying to find out what's going on because he knows Daredevil's back, right? And he wants to know where he is. So he's trying to figure out a way of either getting to Daredevil or Daredevil getting to him. And I love the fact that when one of his goons talks to him, he pulls out one of these pins at his head and flicks it at him. He's just merciless. He's horrible human being like he was. But it feels like in his old age, he's got more bitter. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, Matt's out trying to find what's going on. And there's this young girl. Now, everyone is scared because of this bomb, the whole city, which isn't a great place anyway. It's very, very Orwellian, let's just say. Bit of a dystopia. They're panicking, they're rioting, people are hurting each other. There's this widespread panic, right? And if you're sort of like timid and small, you're gonna get eaten up. And there's this young girl who's just terrified up against this a trash can. What do you call it? Yeah, dumpster, right? And she is not in a good place. She's holding on to this rucksack, which is important in a second, but her powers manifest, right? And this is unusual now. This isn't supposed to happen anymore. So her powers manifest. She rises up in the air, and this huge beam of light throws out and like temporarily blinds everyone around her. It's just glorious. Now, Bullseye senses this, and he sends his goons together because he knows that if he takes this girl, right, Matt's going to come running. So it fall into his trap. And that's exactly what starts to unfold. Now, Matt discovers this rucksack, and there's something really important in there we'll get to at the end. And he tracks her down, and he's trying to track her down. He's trying to follow her trail, and he realizes that it's in an ambulance. And he tries to sort of smell those fumes in this city, and eventually he does it. There's a lot of this. When I was younger, this would have been easier. And you can tell that he is struggling to do this. He's doing it, but he's struggling. So he decides to pay a little visit to his dear old friend, Foggy Nelson. And he says, listen, Foggy, I need your help. And he explains everything that's going on. And he gives him the rucksack. And in the rucksack, we find property of Steve Rogers, this journal. This is all the evidence that Steve's been collecting because Steve let him up that something big is going down. Something big is going down. There's this weird program called New Warriors, which we further in the book, we discover is the government is trying to make basically super soldiers again. And they are experimenting with all kinds of things, including the radioactive material that gave Matt his powers when he was a kid. So it is the government are doing bad things, and it's called New Warriors. stories, which I think is brilliant. Everything about this book is so well thought out. The paneling, the art. Honestly, Steve McNiven's done an amazing job. He is channeling Frank Miller, challenging Elektra lives. And I've said Elektra lives for a reason. Now, Matt finally tracks down the goons. He's having a fight and he's putting up a good fight, but you know, he's old. He is old. He's not as fast as he used to be, even with his powers. And he's getting a little bit overwhelmed. But luckily, Elektra, who's still looking hot AF, as the kids would say, right? She's still looking good. She turns up and she just makes short work with him. Shuriken everywhere. I love it. This is so brutal. And here you can see this sort of love affair between them is still strong, you know, that sense that they're always going to be drawn together. It's beautiful. Oh, I love this book. Now, he needs one of these goons alive because he wants to know where this girl's been taken. But Elektra, she ain't playing. So she wants to kill him, but he stops her. And Elektra doesn't like that because she is one of those women you do not fuck with, right? You know, it's like, you need permission to touch me. But she gives him a kicking and says, run. Basically, run. Tell him we're coming. So she knows something. So maybe she knows about Bullseye. Maybe she knows about this guy. But she's set him off so that they can basically track him down to Bullseye's lair and kick his ass with a bit of luck. So we have this little moment where they're sort of, we're destined to be together. You can come with me. There's a way out. You can be, you know, you can be like this forever. Everything can be good. But he's got a mission. Daredevil's always sacrificed everything personal for the mission, and this mission isn't going to stop. Now we get this weird little moment where he sort of flashes back and he sees Steve Rogers' star, I guess, and he sees blood everywhere with Elektra holding her samurai sword, and we see a cane, which to me looks like the Kingpin's cane, because earlier on in the book, right, Foggy says, you know, you'll be Daredevil again, but you won't be a lawyer. And he says, after the Kingpin thing, right, I couldn't do it. So I reckon there's a big showdown in this sort of like a pre-story that we don't know about, where him, Elektra, and some others maybe sliced and diced Kingpin. That hopefully they'll uncover that part of the story as well. It's so good. Anyway, we jump back to Bullseye, who's torturing Frank a little bit more. There you can see him there without any limbs. It's incredible. Look at it. It's so dark. And this new kid with the special powers. Now, he's got her plugged into this sort of thing that maybe drains her energy or keeps her, but it keeps her powers. It keeps her from using her powers against anyone. And he just sort of, he teases her a little bit. He teases her. He says, I'm going to keep you safe until the time is right. So he's going to be using her power. And he says, you know, have a chat with Frank. He's got some stories, you know, he can keep you busy. So when Bullseye takes his goons, you can tell he's got a bit more of a sense of life now. He's excited now. You know, the game is afoot. And he takes them to this place explaining some of the stuff that's been going on about stolen shipment of barrels. And in those barrels are the same radioactive material which gave Daredevil his powers all those years ago. And that bomb only used one barrel. So what is he going to use all of this warehouse full of barrels of radioactive material for? I do not know, but it's going to be glorious. Look at him at the end there smiling. It's like, this is the future. You're looking at the future. Incredible book. There's not one page, not one speech balloon, not one stroke of art that I didn't like. This is 100% recommend. The only bad thing is that it's only 3 issues. I wish it was 12 because it is incredible. It's one of the best Daredevil books I've read since Bendis and Brubaker. Bendis and Alex Maleev did their run. It's incredible, guys. Go out, pick it up, get it. Hope they do a nice hardcover edition because this is going to go on the shelf with the rest of my Daredevil books, and I'm going to love this book forever. So those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. Hit that subscribe button. You know, give this video a little like, and I'll catch you in the next review. Take care.